Simon, if I could start with you right at the end, what work do you do and why is it important in terms of recycling and keeping a clean South Africa?
I'm a waste picker. I'm working on the landfill collecting waste, recycling it, and selling it. So my job is so important for me because I can take care of my family. It provides a livelihood to me. And it's so important for the environment because we save the natural resources that were misplaced and discarded as waste.
And do you feel that the work you do in terms of waste picking ensures that more elements of waste are recycled than might be otherwise?
Yeah, our job did a lot because through us, the waste that was supposed to be dumped, we collect it, we return it back to the manufacturing sector and replace the virgin material that was supposed to be extracted.
And finally, why have you come to this event? What are you campaigning for? What are you campaigning against?
Our main aim to come to this is to end the CDM projects of carbon crediting these projects of incinerators as well as waste to technology, waste to technologies that are misplacing the waste pickers and burning our livelihoods and taking everything away from us.
Okay, and Neil, if we can move on to you. I mean, those are powerful words from Simon there. But in terms of ending the CDM projects, I mean, many people might sort of recoil in horror at that, and many people might also say it's all very well saying we shouldn't incinerate things and we shouldn't have landfills, but let's be honest, there is no other alternative.
Oh, there actually are very good alternatives. We have waste picker collectives around the world that have been very successful in recycling and in composting or doing biogas with the organic waste, which not only keeps the stuff out of landfills, but actually it prevents the methane problem as well. And in fact, Simon right now is working on a project in his city of Sasolburg, which will separate all of the green waste from the recyclables, so that they can recycle that, all the dry material, and then do a composting project with the wet waste. And we're saying that those are the kinds of projects that should be supported because that pretty much eliminates the need to be sending stuff to landfills. And you have only a very small amount of stuff that really needs special handling that they cannot recycle or compost. But they need the cooperation of the city to do that. Fortunately, he's got that cooperation. We're asking for funds to be going to those kinds of projects instead of incinerators and landfills.
How can you get that cooperation from other cities in South Africa? I mean, are they just resistant to the idea that individual waste pickers are the way forward? Do they want companies to be looking after these?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bias against solutions that come up from the grassroots. There's a real sense that, well, we're going to call in a multinational corporation and they're going to throw millions of dollars at a problem and somehow that will magically solve it. And they often don't look at the people and the resources in their own backyard. And so one of the things that we're asking for from the UNFCCC and particularly from the Green Climate Fund, which we hope is going to be created soon, is that these funds can go directly to cities and directly to waste picker organizations on the ground. And with that fund, then I think cities may look at waste pickers in a new light.
Mbata, last but not least, do you feel your voice is being heard, not only at this conference, but at other events where you speak to the South African government?
Yes, I definitely think my voice is being heard because I've got a positive response of where I've went and spoke, but that does not only end there. We need to recognize the South African waste pickers as well as the global waste pickers, because these are the people who make sure that this climate justice is done by taking back the paper back for recycling, and then out of that we're saving the trees from being cut, and that is a justice to climate, as well as taking back the plastic and recycling it. Then we are doing more justice because the oil is kept on the soil, and that is what we want. At the same time that what we are doing puts bread on the table. At the same time, it's creating jobs, which is the biggest problem in South Africa at this stage. And what about the women, the men and the women who did this waste picking from 20 years back, from 10 years back, who's been helping the government to lower the high standard of the waste in the landfills, what about them? What about all the work they have done up till this far? Why don't we just give the waste pickers a chance? Let them do what they do best. Let them create this zero waste system so that we can get rid of the landfills, so that we can get starting to recognize them and giving them what they can do, and recognizing the work that they do and the input that they do in order for this climate justice. Because we are all about the climate justice right now, right here, and we want an answer as in yesterday. And the answer is stop the incinerators, support the waste pickers. Zero waste is very much possible if you give the waste pickers a chance.